Story business is not earning you money, then we can actually call it a business. We can as well call it a hobby.
So me telling persons about a luxurious life, me telling persons how to have fun, that is my job.
Where should one even start? How do you use story in your travel business?
Every time someone wants to go somewhere, they ask me, how was your experience?
What do you think of a thing like this, using travel as a way to be able to connect to our origin, our source, our people also? How do you approach marketing in tourism or travel industry? What is your approach? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today in Obehi Podcast. I remain your host, Obehi Ewanfoh, a very proud Nigerian living here in Verona, which is the northern part of Italy. Every now and then, we bring in individuals to share their story, to explain to us why they are doing what they are doing, because we believe in the power of storytelling. If you too, you believe in the power of storytelling, we encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure, why don't you share this video to other people you believe can also benefit from it, because storytelling is the most powerful instrument that exists. So you able to leverage it in your business is something that can sort of give you a big advantage compared to some other persons who are just quoting statistics and data. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking with Sasha. Sasha, could you tell the people, the audience, who you are? Let them know something about you, so we are picking it from there. Please go.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Sasha Gaye McTaggart Francis. I am a travel business owner by profession. So I book local and international trips for individuals and groups. I also mentor and coach individuals who are interested in becoming a travel business owner. And so I have been doing this business for 5 years now. I recently resigned from my corporate job and I'm doing entrepreneurship full time now. And in being a travel business owner, I've added a few other roles under my belt. And so I'm now an author, I'm a transformation coach. I'm studying to be a trainer, want to specialize in customer service and events planning. And I'm also a Christian. I lead the couples ministry group at my church, and I am in charge of the fundraising events for a scholarship fund, among other things. But I will leave it at that.
Right, that's interesting. You have a lot of plate on your table. That is really important, no? Which means you
Yes.
have a lot of experience to tap into, depending on what you have in front of you. That is really interesting. But you didn't mention where you are connected from. Maybe that is important. What do you say?
Oh, so I am currently in Jamaica. I am a born Jamaican living here all my life.
Yeah, man.
However, since yes, man, yeah, man. So since I started being a travel business owner, that's when I started, to go overseas to make international trips. But I have been here for the majority of my life.
All right, that's interesting. Now, here we are mostly about storytelling. Of course, we're going to have time to be able to look into what you're doing just now. But first, I would like you to give us the permission to be able to know you better in the sense of the really person behind the brand that you are representing today. For somebody who doesn't know about Jamaica, there are some people that don't know much about Jamaica today. So you can help us to know more about Jamaica, and also you're part of Jamaica, no? What would you say about that for some person who is even asking, is Jamaica, is it in Africa? Is it in Asia? Is it which part? Where do we have Jamaica? What do you want people to be proud of about Jamaica? Tell me something about it.
Sure, thanks for that. So Jamaica is located in the Caribbean islands. It is where you go for sun, sand, and sea. So even where I'm located in Kingston, Jamaica. However, the major tourist areas of Jamaica is Ocho Rios and Montego Bay. But you do have persons who come to Kingston for tourism purposes. Now, in Jamaica, you will have a lot of rivers, you will have a lot of beaches, a lot of mountains, a lot of hills. In Jamaica, we have a lot of the all-inclusive hotels, where when you go to these hotels, you have unlimited food, unlimited drinks, unlimited entertainment at no additional cost. So that's what all-inclusive is all about. You pay one money and everything else is catered to you. Everything is available to you. And so Jamaica is an amazing place to live in terms of the weather. Sometimes it's very hot, like right now it's very hot. But I personally prefer heat over cold. And so Jamaica is a beautiful place. I especially love looking out over the beach. I love going to the river. And if persons are out there that they love to hike, we have a lot of mountains here for you to hike. And so Jamaica is the place to be, especially for the summer.
All right. All right. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Sasha definitely wanted me to touch on some other important point too. If you like music, of course, you must have heard of Bob Marley. So this is the land of Jamaica. This is the land of Bob Marley. So Jamaica is also famous for other things. Of course, you know the famous Marcus Garvey. So of course, Jamaica, even though it's not a very huge island, it definitely have an important position to occupy in our mind as people of African descent, because some individuals that have come from that island have been able to shape history in a way that many other people have not been able to do that. So it's a land that we are definitely proud of. So thank you so much for being here and for talking about Jamaica. I really appreciate that. All right, now let's talk about the business. Let's talk about business. Now we're here for the business, right? So
Right.
what really is interesting for you or interesting to you in tourism? You could have also be in other thing, but what sort of pique your interest in tourism in what you are doing today?
Well, Obehi, I love to experience new. I am a person that I believe that we live for experiences, whether it be good or bad. And every experience can give you a whole new perspective of life. And so I like to travel. I like going new places. And I said, why not make it a business? If it is that it's something that I like to do, then it won't feel like work all the time because I'll be having fun while I'm working. And so that's why I chose it. I chose it because I enjoyed doing it. Okay.
I wanted to ask you another thing, which is how you started in tourism, in travel. Okay, travel tourism, we are more about the same place, and of course, we hear when you were saying
Yes, it
before
is.
that there are a lot of people that are coming to Jamaica for tourism. So I want to believe now that from childhood, maybe you have been eyeing this industry until you finally pick it and you launch on it, and now you are fully in it. But perhaps there are some things that sort of get you more interested in it from childhood. I don't know. Can we say that is a possibility? That maybe from when you were growing up, there have been things that actually interested you in the tourism.
Well, interestingly, someone had interviewed me to have a story in the Gleaner article. And they asked me, when did I started traveling? And it was at that point that I realized that, yes, my childhood did have an impact in me liking to travel. So my aunt, who is now deceased, however, she used to take me everywhere where she goes. And the thing about it that she was a nurse, a geriatric nurse, and most of the places that she goes is actually funerals. So I went to all 14 parishes of Jamaica through funerals. So when it is that I tell people I have been to all 14 parishes in Jamaica, they used to always say, wow, because some persons, even though we are in a tropical island, they just stay at their home and they just go to work, work to home, work to home. They don't go anywhere else. And so I started to travel from just going to funerals. And that had piqued my interest because even while I was at the funeral, you walk in the neighborhood, you walk in the community, you get to meet new people. Sometimes after the funeral too, you get to go to a little beach and wet up your foot. You don't dip in the water, but you wet up your foot, you get to see that particular parish and what that parish has to offer in the journey. You get to view what is in that particular parish and you get to have that appreciation. However, though, I started the business not because of that interest. I was in the banking industry, and during COVID-19, they had decided to cut my working hours in half. And so my bills remained the same. It wasn't cut in half. Right. And so I am saying that, okay, I need to do something with this free time. And I was just scrolling through Facebook, and I saw an advertisement that says they need travel agents. And I just inquired. So it wasn't a friend that got me in the business. I just took a risk and it paid off. So that is actually how I started. I started because my working hours was cut. And I said, let me find something to occupy my time because I like to be productive. I don't like having idle time. I have to do something, And so people always say, Sasha, you love to travel. I think one of my friends also said, I think that you should own a travel agency. But she said that like when I was like in my 20s. So when she said that, the interest wasn't even there. But when I saw that advertisement, I said, yes, this is what I am going to do. And I am in it now, 5 years now, and loving it.
All right. That's interesting. So you are there also partly because of the money, apart from just the time that you spend on it, because it's business. Because the business is not any your money, then we can actually call it a business. We can as well call it a hobby. So if you are daily in the business of travel, it means you are earning an income in it. So I would like you to talk a little bit about the profitability of the travel industry. Anyway, why I'm asking you the question like this is because I want to encourage more people to look at this possibility of entering into the travel industry, which actually trillions of dollars industry as projected. Could you spend some time there helping us to understand why it's a good business for somebody to start?
Well, as you said, Obehi, travel is an $8 billion industry, and I wanted a piece of the pie. I am saying, why not earn from something that people are doing anyways? Why not earn from something that you are doing anyways? And so if it is that you are going to a hotel or you go overseas, you plan a vacation every year, or you plan a vacation twice per year, or you are the go-to person when it is that your family or friends want to go somewhere, then if you had an opportunity to learn from what it is that you are doing, it makes sense to go in it. And the travel industry, working in the travel industry, as far as I'm concerned, it's an exciting job. My workplace is not at an office. My workplace is just my laptop, just Wi-Fi. Sometimes I would go to a hotel for a site visit. So me telling persons about a luxurious life, me telling persons how to have fun, that is my job. And I like that job. And I'm sure it's a job that a lot of persons would like. The travel industry has up to 8 streams of income. The company that I am a part of, it opens me up to at least 8 streams of income. And so COVID had taught us that multiple streams of income is no longer a luxury, but it is a necessity. And so I have tapped into this business, and it has been paying me off, because now I have moved from a part-time travel business owner to now a full-time travel business owner.
Right. Thank you so much for that. But somebody might be asking, okay, now we're saying that it is possible to earn money as a travel business owner, but is it possible that there are also some skills that maybe you might need to own or to learn to be able to master before you can succeed in the travel industry? What would you say about that? Like, where should one even start?
Well, definitely everything that you're doing, it is a business, and you need marketing skills, you need designing skills, you need to know about the location. However, the company that I'm a part of, they teach you all of that. And so I am an independent travel advisor for IntelliTravel, which is an corporation that has been in operation for over 30 years now. And as you join the business, there is training available to you at your fingertips. And you can do the training at your convenience. There are trips that you can go on to learn. We have support groups, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, that if it is that you have a client that say wants to go to Greece and you know nothing about Greece, but there's someone else that has booked persons for Greece, you can go to that WhatsApp group or that Facebook group, type in anybody has ever booked anyone to Greece, what are your recommendations, and the information is there. And so you are in business for yourself, but you are definitely not by yourself. And so, as I said, when I start you in the business, I am basically your coach, your mentor, and I will teach you what it is that I know. I will teach you what it is that you can do to earn from this business. And I also have support. So if I don't know something, I have persons that are in it longer than me. I have persons above me that will know, and we are always here to help. So there is training available.
All right. These people that you are training, do they tell you maybe some of the challenges that they have about maybe the travel industry? Because like you said, even though there are a lot of potential to be able to earn money in it, the challenges might equally be also there. But of course, everybody is not the same, no? So based on the people that you are working with, what kind of challenges did they bring before you to help them resolve, which of course you then do through training and also the other people that have been there before you? Could you share anything in that line?
Well, some of the challenges that they face is time, because what we really say is that you can do this business on a part-time basis. Some persons, they have a full-time job, but they do want to supplement their income. And they are asking, how is it that I can do this because I don't have the time? You need to commit at least an hour, or if it's even 15 minutes that you can commit to the business. Use your lunchtime. When I was doing this business on a part-time basis, I used half of my lunchtime. And in that lunchtime, that is when I worked my business. That's when I reached out to clients. That's when I reached out to suppliers. I utilize in the early mornings before I go to work, and I do what it is that I have to do concerning my business. And so you will get tips as to how it is that you can manage your time wisely. How it is that you can do this on a part-time basis. And if it is that you want to do it on a full-time basis, we will help you develop a daily mode of operation, and then you can do it according to your schedule and according to how it is that you want to do it. If it is that you have challenges creating a flyer. We also have training how to use free resources like Canva, and we will walk you through the steps of how to create a flyer. You just have to make yourself available and have to be committed, because as you said earlier, it is a business and you have to treat it like a business. If it is that you treat it like a hobby, then it will pay you like a hobby. But if you treat it like a business, it will definitely pay you like it's a business. I hope I answered the question.
You answered it perfectly, and that is so true. When you treat it like a business, it will respond to you like a business, and that is fundamentally important for people to understand. Now, I'm curious because, like I said before, we spend a lot of time here on storytelling. Is it possible that in the travel industry, story could be relevant to what you do, that you might be, I don't know, that you might be applying story in your business as a travel operator? If any, could you share with us how do you use story in your travel business?
Storytelling. Well, every time someone wants to go somewhere, they ask me, how was your experience? Have you been there before? And so a story will come from it. And so persons, as you said, they like to hear a story. And even in the travel business that I am a part of, I know I'm an author, and my travel journal is now the perfect companion for you to carry with you on your journeys, on your trips. It has journal prompts that will let you form your own story from your own experiences and be able to learn from where it is that you are. And so I usually tell persons, go and experience it for yourself. So even though I will tell them my perception, how it is that I view the place, how it is that persons who I have sent, how they view the place, I always encourage my clients to form their own opinion and to go and experience it for themselves. And know that they have that perfect travel companion, which is travel journal, What Does Travel Teach You, which was written by me. They will have prompts as to how it is that they can really live their full life, their optimal life, by just traveling to a new location.
All right, that's interesting. I will just try to pull out this website here, which is our website actually, talking about different travel businesses that we have out there. But I don't know if you can see what I'm trying to pull out for you. We have different packages
Yes,
here.
I'm seeing it.
Okay. We have different packages here, but our take is slightly different in that we are targeting the people of African descent, and the objective is to help them to better connect to their root, to where they are coming from. So how we work is that we
Yes.
work with different tourism operators in Africa, so that by the time we have a group of people, say 20, 30, or 40, depending on how many are available, and maybe they want to travel to Ghana or travel to Tanzania, for example, or to Kenya. Because we have this partner that are there, they sort of pick them up at the airport and make them to have the experience that they want to have. Now, why I'm bringing this forward is because we are talking about story. We are talking about being able to use travel as a way of connecting to our destination. And the destination in this case now is our origin. And because the people we are targeting are mostly people of African descent, travel become an instrument for us to be able to connect to where we are coming from, where our ancestors are coming from. So that we are therefore not just going there as tourists, but going there to our land, being able to experience it and explore it the more again. Now, with most of the partner that we have, I've have to tell them, just tell them straight like this, that remember that the people that are coming to you are, look at them as people that are coming home. So just simply welcome them home. whether you are talking about situation in Ghana or talking about situation in Tanzania or in Kenya or in Nigeria, the point is that this individual, they might be coming from the US or Canada or UK or another part of Europe. They have never been to Africa before. They know that their parents are from Africa. So we are using this opportunity to be able to welcome them home and help them to experience the authentic African story, African experiences, African culture. And we see this as a way to be able to use tourism or travel to reconnect to our root, to the root of the over 200 million people in the diaspora. But I don't know if this could make sense to what you are doing within the travel industry. What would you think in a project like this, where we are focusing on the African diaspora instead of just every other person? But what difference does it even make anyway? Well, the difference that it makes is that now you are not just like any other traveler who is just looking for a place to go. You are basically, there is a lot of attachment to this particular episode. Anyway, let me not go deeper in that about this particular project. But what I'm asking you is, what do you think of a thing like this, using travel as a way to be able to connect to our origin, our source, our people also?
Well, I know why it is that you asked me, because I mentioned the travel journal and I mentioned that every experience and every location you are able to learn something from it. And a lot of persons, they do go to Africa to learn about their roots, to learn about their origins, as you said, to really see a different part of the world, to see the origination of this world. And so Africa is always a historic trip. It is one of the trips, one of those major trips that people want to go on. I personally, I don't reach there as yet, but I definitely am going to come to Africa one day. Hopefully it is that we can connect whenever it is that I am there. I want to experience the world, and I'm sure I'm not the only person. And so I do feel that what it is that you are doing in terms of letting people experience Africa, letting people know and learn from their history, I think that's phenomenal. I think that's amazing. And I would encourage persons, not only travel for fun, but travel also to learn, travel to experience and to tell a story, that when it is that you go back home, you go back to your co-workers, you go back to your family and your friends, and they ask you, how was your trip? And you have interesting facts to give them. You have a story to tell, whether it be a good story or a bad story, but however, it is a story. And it's your story to tell. And I would encourage everyone to go travel and tell their stories.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Sasha. Now, you see, why I'm bringing those questions to your notice is because we are talking about the possibility of being able to uh, make money from travel, no? But the travel now doesn't mean that you must be traveling to Paris or to London. Those are not the only destination that is available. We can also travel to the Caribbean, but we can also travel to Africa.
Yes.
Because we are over 200 million people in the diaspora and we do travel, we could look for a way to coin the conversation in the way that we can also make money from that. What if, maybe, for example, through this initiative, we could contribute to the local economy in Ghana, to local economy in Zimbabwe, a local economy in Nigeria, local economy in Kenya, because we are bringing our people in to experience their land. I don't think this is even complicated as a project. I don't think this is a complicated initiative. I don't think this is out of place to say that we also want to benefit from these trillions of industry, but we are not just telling people, hey, go and visit Europe, but come and visit us too. Come on, go and visit the Maasai. I have interviewed different Maasai experts here, and I still have more to do, so that they explain their culture to you. You don't need to see it from afar. They can prepare food for you. You can sleep with them, live in the same place. And this is all done by us. In the sense that we have decided to celebrate our culture. You want to go to Ghana?
Yes.
You will go through us. You pay the money to people that look like you. I don't know if somebody can get the sense that I'm trying to make here, that we can participate in this industry, but we can participate in our own terms. Can we even, okay, maybe
Yes.
I'm overstressing that now. Can we
What
even
we
take it a
call
little bit
it,
to that
we call
angle?
it staycations.
Yeah, yeah, go
I
on.
was saying that we call it staycations. So you don't have to take a plane ride, because in the Caribbean, it's a tourist location. Africa is a tourist location. And so you are able to have your vacation in the country that you are currently living in. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars and book a plane ticket and then go and stay at a hotel and then go and do an excursion. Yes, we welcome you to do that. However, you can also have an amazing vacation, which we call it slash staycation, where you're currently living. And so that's what I did. I started off with doing a lot of staycations. I wasn't booking any plane, but I went to every single parish. I stayed at hotels in the different parish. I went to the rivers. I went to the beaches. I experienced my country because a lot of us here in Jamaica, international guests can tell us more about our country than we who are living here. I mean, that's a fact for a lot of Jamaicans here. I'm not sure about Africa if it is that, tourists are able to tell you guys more about your country than you yourself. But you can definitely encourage staycations. You can definitely encourage persons going from one border to the next and give them tour options, give them excursion options of what it is that they can do, where it is that they can stay. And yes, you can definitely benefit from it. You just have to be creative and just do it in a particular way that people get the value, because people are searching for value. Once it is that you can provide value to someone, they will come on board.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for that. Anyway, for those of you that are listening to the conversation, what we're essentially telling you is that if you find yourself in Kenya, or you are in Ghana, or you are in Nigeria, or you are in Sierra Leone, you are looking for business, consider also the possibility of tapping into the tourism, the hospitality, the travel industry. There is money for you to make in it. Of course, there is money for you to make in it. Either now you can also become a cultural ambassador. Either now you are
Yes.
promoting the beautiful part of your culture. And to do this, you don't need to go to anywhere. You just need to stay where you are. Stay where you are. Probably work with some people and rent an apartment. And you offer this, put it online that you are selling this location. People will come because this is your land, this is your culture, this is your people. You know where to take people. Say maybe, for example, you are in Lagos, you want to go to Badagry. Of course, if you are from Lagos, if you are from Badagry, you don't need anything now. You know this history. It is your history. By showing this history, telling this history to the people, you don't need to go to school to really study this history that much because you are part of it. If you are in Tanzania, or
Yes.
you
You can
are
be a tour guide.
exactly, you can become a tour guide. You can work with somebody who even know better than you. So business, you can do anything that bring value to other people, so that somebody can travel from New York and come and visit you. So you can do this right where you are. That is what we are talking about today. That you don't need to go to Canada before you can learn about it. You can do it right in Nigeria, right in Ghana. I understand that there are other variables like security and all of that, but people are still living there. All right. So the question I would like to ask you, you did make mention of the different modality, the different way to be able to succeed in the tourism business, Sasha. That is one thing I think it's important for a lot of people, for any business, the marketing. How do you approach marketing in tourism or travel industry? What is your approach?
Well, usually for me, Obehi, I I usually get a lot of referrals. So based on how it is that I treat my clients, they often refer me to their friends and their family. Yes, I do market on social media platforms like LinkedIn, where we met. I also market on Instagram, my WhatsApp list, as well as Facebook. So I do have marketing platforms all over the on all social media platforms. However, most of my business come from referral. Just how you treat people, just the customer service skills, the professional skills that I use, how I speak to people. That is it. Just the one-on-ones.
Thank you so much for that. And yeah, you are right. Marketing still work because you and I, me and Sasha, we are talking today. You know why? Because we reach out to each other. I was the one that make requests to her. Sasha, that correct? I make requests to you for
Yes,
connection. Then after
yes,
that,
you reached out to me.
yeah, after that, I told her, "Do you want to talk about your story?" That is what I do here. I'm not doing any magic. She said she could also say no. I will not be angry. She said, yes, that is the marketing we're talking about now. Either I don't need to wait for people to find me. No, I'm not going to do that. That is wasting too much time. I reach out to the people. Why? I am in the tourism industry. Sasha is in the tourism industry. Guess what we're talking about today? Tourism, travel. Because I'm looking for this particular audience, this particular kind of people. I want to pick her brain. I want to see what she's doing. I'm doing that because I want you to benefit from it by listening, by hearing. I want to believe that you have gotten some information here today, which of course, this has become a national item here now that we bring the information to your doorstep. But taking it forward from there on is your responsibility. It's true. It is not my responsibility anymore the moment it gets to your doorstep. It is your responsibility. If you don't take any action, it will just be okay like yesterday. But if you take any action, now something will change. Like you are in Ghana just now, you are in Tanzania, you are some other place, you are in Ethiopia, you hear what we are talking about now. Now you pick a telephone, you pick up your phone and you call somebody that you know. But this is what I've been hearing. Can we do something about it? If you are serious, something will happen. It means now you have troubled the water. Now something new is taking place. Meaning you have taken action. When you take action, something happens. Just like, for example, if I didn't reach out to Sasha, Sasha would not be here today. There was no way it could have happened. I take the time to reach out to her. I said, Sasha, can we connect? We did. Then after that, I didn't stop there. Then I sent her a message. I said, Sasha, would you want to talk about your story on our podcast? She said yes. Then I sent her a link. Then she went and booked. Then of course we have to exchange few communication. And today, here we are talking. You see, this is how business also work. Either you first of all need to talk to the people, letting them know the value that you can bring to their table. If they find it worthy of their time, they will take action. If they don't, they will not take action. But you haven't failed. You gather the data, help you to understand whether the way you are communicating is good, you need to adjust it, is bad, and things like that. So in any case, it's working for you. So marketing is very important. You need to get the word out from your mind. Okay, from your mouth too. Because if you don't, nothing is going to happen. So if you are in the tourism business, marketing is also very important for you because if you don't do it, nothing is going to happen. All right, Sasha, we are still here. Somebody
Yes.
have heard about you now and they want to connect with you. They want to do business with you. Why not? How can they reach out to you?
Thanks for that, Obehi. So I am on LinkedIn as Sasha Gaye McTaggart Francis. I know it's a mouthful, but I'm sure I'm the only one there with that name. I'm also on
And that is
Instagram
opportunity, meaning
at
they will never mistake it.
that is right. I'm also on Instagram at SGMF Travel, which is basically my initials. At SGMF Travel, that's where you can find me on Instagram as well as on Facebook. You can reach out to me and I will be able to book your travels, both local and international. If it is that you're interested in learning more about the travel industry and how you can be an operator or a boss in the travel industry, I can give you that information. And if it is that you are interested in purchasing my travel journal, What Does Travel Teach You? It's now available on Amazon for US $15. You can reach out to me as well, and I can send you the link, or you can just go on Amazon and purchase the travel journal. I would encourage you to do so.
All right. Thank you so much, Sasha. I appreciate that. Well, for those of you that have listened to the end of the conversation, I say thank you very much. And I encourage you to make sure that you subscribe to this podcast, the Obehi podcast. Share also with your friend. We bring in value here. We bring in valuable information that can help you, that can help your business. We also encourage you, in case you want to take it even to the next level, you want to learn how to leverage the power of your story in your business, because we're talking about being able to connect to the right audience using your story. You remember, there are over 5 billion people on the internet today. Don't make the mistake of communicating to everybody. It's never going to happen. If you use your story, you are unique. You are a unicorn. Some people will gravitate towards you, some will gravitate away from you. That is a good thing. It means you are not speaking to everybody. To those that gravitate towards you, your story should become easier now because they are interested. That is why they are there. Those that are not interested, they will go away. They are filtering themselves. You can't speak to 5 billion people. Use your story and it will make way for you. So make sure you follow on our social media and make sure you share also to those who are interested in this conversation. Sasha, we say thank you again. Thank you very much, sister.